You look all the way out there at the base of the mountain, that's where Jericho was.
We call it the milestone. This is the milestone.
As we're walking down the path, we're going right now to the baptism site of Jesus along the Jordan River. And as we walk along the path, you can see it's fenced off on both sides. That is because if we dare to venture off this nice little path right here, there are still landmines in the area, and we may go boom. Personally, I don't feel like exploding today, so I'm going to stay on the path. Okay guys, this is Jordan land, and we're going to look up. And there's Israel. See, look.
Oh, wow.
This is the closest that Jordan and Israel are to each other. Now I'm at the water's edge, and I'm going to put my feet in. Woo. It's not falling. So yeah, now my feet are in the Jordan River, and I quite frankly could walk across to Israel, but would rather stay out of jail. Well, this site has a lot of hazards to it, doesn't it?
So this is the area where Jordan River reached to, and John baptized Jesus in this place. And in this place where the sky was opened and in the shape of the dove or the pigeon. From this place, the Christianity, spread to all over the world. So it's coming from the lowest point in the world to all over.
Right, so they believe this is the site of Jesus' baptism because they found these steps. Lead down to some water here. As you can tell, the water's a lot lower than what it used to be. It's on there, and it used to run in from over there, but it's completely dry now. I like this. Heritage belongs to humanity. Take good care of it. Help us preserve it. Alright guys, we've arrived at the Dead Sea. Check it out. This is so cool. I'm gonna go float now.
Although, you know, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. You can't see anything. There she goes.
Oh, do I really want to do this?
That's so cool.
You know, I got enough body fat. You might be able to stand on me.
Hey guys, I've been floating out here for a bit. I'm going to take you out here with me now. I'm going to be very, very careful so I don't harm my camera, or else I will be very, very sad the rest of this trip. So yeah, here we're walking out. It's really, really rocky towards this shore, so that's why I'm taking my time. Yeah, I never walked outside with bare feet, so these rocks are very, very rough on my feet. So yeah, here we go. We're walking on out, as you can see. Water is really pretty. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it kind of seems, it's very oily. Like there's like it looks like oils on top of it, kind of like when you mix oil and water together. So yeah, we're still walking out. You can see it's very beautiful out here. Okay, right now I'm at a point where I am standing straight up, but my feet are not touching the bottom. That's how much buoyancy you have. It's pretty crazy. And so much I can even float. Here's me floating. Yay! I can get myself in the camera. Yeah. Alright, I'm too worried about my camera now, so I'm gonna go back and put it down. And back through the rocks. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed floating in the Dead Sea with me. Venture out one more time into the Dead Sea because there's something, ow, really cool, ow, 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 ow. But I want to show you. The rocks are scorching, and they're sharp, and I don't walk around barefoot outside. Bad combination. Bad, bad combination. Okay, better now. Alright, if you look down here, there's all the rocks that I'm telling you about. It looks like it's just kind of like, you know, regular sand ground right here. But kind of, you can actually pull it up. And look, all that is just salt. There's so much salt, it's solidified into a floor. Which that is pretty crazy. And I think right there you can see how it gets real oily looking. Alright, I also owe you to show what it tastes like, so here my hand's covered, so...
Danny, can you get a picture?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Alright, I'm a big fat liar. It's not.
That's strong. So now we're at the Dead Sea Museum, which actually is a very, very nice museum. And after this, we're going to go up to the top of the building, and you're supposed to be able to see a very nice panoramic view of the Dead Sea, which I'm really looking forward to. Some interesting things to note about the Dead Sea is that, first off, it's along a transformation boundary. As you can see, the Jordan side is going north, and the Palestinian-Israeli side is going more south. And also, the thing to note is that the Dead Sea also is becoming lower in the ground. It's sinking lower and lower as years go by. And also, this is really interesting. Lake Tiberias, which is also known as the Sea of Galilee, was once connected to the Dead Sea. And that giant lake was called Lyshon Lake. And now Dr. Leilani is going to explain to us why the Dead Sea is so salty.
Okay, so the woman who works with me, the curator, explained to us that the Dead Sea is not really dead, but there's actually 12 forms of bacteria that are still living within the Dead Sea. So the Dead Sea, being called the Dead Sea, is really not a good name for it. But she also talked about the reason why it's so salty is that there is this underwater spring that's coming in from the ocean. It's a hot spring, and so that's feeding in a lot of salt water, and then also the evaporation of the water into the atmosphere. So between those two cycles, you have the condensing of all of the salt, and so it becomes very concentrated. And so that is one of the reasons why the Dead Sea is so salty. Who knew?
I didn't. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's pretty sad to think that by 2050, if they don't do anything like try to pump some water into the Dead Sea, this will be completely gone. It already drops about 3 meters a year. I bet you didn't expect to see a waterfall on this trip. And right here, there's one over here too. Yeah, it's interesting to note that we first got here and we went to a spring area. And now the spring area is separated into two halves where the men had to go to one side and the women had to go to the other, you know, traditional to the customs here. But when you get here, it's not separated man and woman anymore. It's family, it says.